Alright guys, finally I can get back to doing some Kaiju number 8 content. This is going to be a long one, so strap in a little bit and get ready to be for, I'd say, probably like 10 minutes maybe. And remember to subscribe if you want to see more Kaiju number 8 content from me. Trust me, more will be coming out probably sometime this week. Alright, so let's get started. Today we'll be doing Monster number 8, chapters 3 through 9. So, we see that they're starting to call Kafka's new form basically Kaiju number 8, the title of the series. And Ichikawa and Kafka have actually passed the Defense Force, I think probably writing exam, the first phase of it. And then we do a 3-month time skip, and now we're to the day where they're about to go to the exam itself, the physical part. And we also see that Kafka can basically control his form now. He can control it pretty well. Even though they do some stuff for comedy, but he can control it. So when they go to the exams, they meet a girl named Kikoru, and she has one of the Defense Force outfits and easily lifts up Kafka's business car and throws it out. And this is definitely a character introduction, I'll say that. And she is also surprised when she sees Kafka easily flip over his car. And we later find out that he did use his powers, but he did it in a way where it wouldn't show up on his body. It was under his clothes the way he did it. So and she also thinks that Kafka smells like a monster, which is, yeah, we'll see what becomes of that later. And Kafka, when they do the physical exams, he comes in 219th out of 225, and that's because he didn't use any of his powers, and he's definitely out of shape, I'll say that. And Shinomiya Kikoru, I think I'll probably just call it Kikoru. It's a lot easier. She came in 5th, and she's definitely one of, and they say that she's basically a prodigy, and she's like a year, two years younger than most people there, like, and we'll see why she's a prodigy later. But we also see, let me get these names right. Haruchi Izumo placed 2nd place, and they just dubbed him kind of the pretty boy type. Ihoru Furuhashi, he came in 3rd place, and he has kind of the punk look. And Oi or Ayo, you guys can tell me in the comments down below how to pronounce that, because I'm not sure. Kaguragi, and I'll just call him that, Kaguragi. And he came in 1st place. And out of the 3, I'm interested in him the most, and I hope we see more from him later. What's next? Oh, and then we go to the second part, which is going to be killing some kaiju. And Ichikawa was a little surprised because he thought it was going to be cleaning up monsters, because that's what it's been for the past 2 years. So they changed it. And we found out the Defense Force suits are actually made out of monster muscle fibers, and trained troops can usually bring out about 20%. Like, after they go through all their training, they can bring about 20% of their power. And going 10% or over is probably usually an exceptional person can go 10% or over that mark. And they'll be fighting also some kaiju that they captured. And then we go to basically the kind of, I guess I would call it power scaling in the series, or kind of, quote unquote power levels of the series. So we find, and they put on their suits, the Defense Force suits, and Ichikawa is 8%, so he's almost there to being exceptional. Izumo is 18%, so that's he's nearly at the level of a normally trained recruit. Kaguragi is 15%, and Furuhashi is 14%. I was surprised that Kaguragi wasn't the strongest, but that's all right. Even though he was first place, and Kikoru is 46% on her first try. But I'm guessing she did. That's not the first time she wore, since we saw her use it on the outside as well. But hers is 46%, and they say that she actually broke a record for new recruits. And yeah, being already almost halfway there to mastering the suit is definitely something. And Kafka is 0%. And this is either because he's already a kaiju, or two, he just kind of sucks. It can be either one at this point, because we saw how weak he was during the physical exams. And now they will be facing one of the main, their kaiju, and then 36 other after beasts. And once the exam starts, they tell them that there will be drones watching them, and if they see that they're getting into a bad situation, they'll just, put up a shield, and they'll be disqualified once that happens. And Kafka assists other people in taking out some of the kaiju, because he's faced these kinds of kaiju before, so he knows how they work, which is good, and the other people take notice of that. And he does get attacked though, and he almost dies, but Kikoru saves him, and he says he still wants to keep going, because they were saying that he's already probably got some bones broken. But oh, and Kafka rides on Ichikawa's shoulders, which is funny. That definitely made me smile. It was definitely a funny thing, and I like that. For Kafka being the one to attack, and Ichikawa basically being the legs. And Kikoru eventually defeats the based kaiju, and it seems like pretty easily defeats it, like she does with all the others. But after she kills it, we see a new kaiju that appears and shoots her in the heart. Luckily, she's able to protect herself, because I think how the suits work, they may be able to focus their shielding in certain places, and that's what she did. And he revives the dead kaiju and makes it even stronger than it was before. And they also say that it somehow regained its, I guess, kind of a battle organ that helps it evolve and get stronger. And they tell us that we also get a power scaling for kaiju, and it said that the kaiju was now, I think it was 6.4. I think. Let me see. Yeah, I think it was 6.4. I might have it wrong, but it was getting stronger. And then the kaiju also starts reviving the other ones that came back to, like the other smaller ones. It revives them as well, and shoots Kikoru multiple times to disable her. We see her flashback of she's always been exceptional. She's always basically been first place in everything, and her father doesn't really praise her. He just kind of expects it of her, and saying that she has to be perfect. And I am interested to see more about her family and her backstory in general, because it seems like she definitely comes from a prestigious family that is directly connected to fighting kaiju. So I'm hoping we get more of that, in the upcoming chapters. But she is also pretty much done. She can't really do much at this point, and the monster actually starts to get ready, kind of a energy blast, but our good boy Kafka comes in and saves her and easily deflects the blast. And as he's there getting ready to fight it, they also say that his basically kaiju level is, I think, 9.8, and with that number he may be one of the strongest kaiju that has ever been recorded. Not the strongest, but one of the strongest. So I'm interested. I hope we get more on that as well, to see the strongest kaiju to date, or some kind of reference to it. And we see as he basically one-shots this thing, his body transforms itself to give him more power and to kind of maximize his attack power, which was cool. And the shot of him basically destroying its muscle bones and just kind of obliterating it, that was really cool. And of course, he begs Kikoru not to tell anybody about it, because he'll probably be killed if he does. Let's see if there's anything else. But we also see that the vice captain, Soshiro is starting to kind of put the dots together, and we'll see in the next chapters, coming up, how he's starting to put everything together. But he's definitely suspicious of what's going on here. And afterwards, after all that, they're Ichikawa and Kafka are in the hospital, and Ashiro actually goes and thanks them for saving Kikoru. But Kafka kind of doesn't say anything because he doesn't really think he deserves to really say anything to her yet, since he's not officially a member of the defense force yet. So we'll see what developments go there. But then we get something I really like, and we get back to that kaiju, the one that came to save them. Oh yeah, and by the way, the design of it, I really like the kind of flat head, and it's kind of a very bizarre and alien design to it. And we see it's in the toilet, and it was checking the internet on a phone to see what happened, and he was surprised that there were no casualties. And we also see that he's kind of new to using phones. So what I'm guessing, of course, is he is probably the same kind of being that Kafka is, but he may be from the kaiju side. Wherever the kaiju are coming from, he may be from their side, since he seems to be very new to human life. So I'm looking forward to see what's... A lot of mysteries going on here. And we also see he can transform back basically into a human, and he's undercover with the monster sweeper, what was it called? Monster Sweeper Force. And with him being a part of that, he's also with Kafka's old buddies. So with that, I can definitely see some mayhem going on with this, because he can, since they'll be retrieving stuff from a dead monster, he could honestly do what he did before and revive other dead monsters that they're sweeping up, and that could definitely cause a catastrophe and many casualties. So we'll see where that goes. And I'm very interested to see they've actually introduced a lot of things that I'm interested in, and a lot of mysteries in this whole series. And I am very much looking forward to the next chapters coming up. I hope you guys are too. Remember to subscribe if you want more stuff from me. And I'll probably be getting up the other videos, like I said, in sometime this week. Remember to like if you liked it, tell me, and dislike if you dislike it, and of course tell me in the comments down below so I can improve on myself, or just give me some good words to boost my ego. And remember to check out some of my other series I'm doing on here. They should be in the iCards up there. Yeah, remember, of course, I would love to talk to you in the comments down below, and I will see you guys later. Alright, bye guys.